Tran is next, and then Irene Wallace is on. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Raymond J. Tran from Pasco. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Kravitz, and members of the board. In earlier testimony, we heard the witness, Mr. Provençal, talk about zoning regulations. That's tomorrow night's meeting. Tonight is the planning board, and all we heard was some information about zoning, a distortion of the comprehensive plan, and nothing about the aquifer overlay. I ask that at this time that you stricken his testimony from the record as pure nonsense. Also, Mr. Wood's name was brought up, and Mr. Woods was compelled to recuse himself. I believe that's a travesty. I think Mr. Wood should walk up here and take his seat. To my knowledge, the Attorney General did not make an opinion that that was true. And secondly, the pro-power plant side is so conflicted. The members after member after member that's been appointed by the governor, they serve at the pleasure of the governor, and they all serve on competing boards. They are all conflicted. And because an otherwise completely qualified individual who at one time or another wore a power plant t-shirt is asked to recuse himself is a sin. We should be ashamed of ourselves for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
He lives in this town too.
let me just say this. We had a charrette on planning a few years ago. We all sat together, members of boards, people from the community, members of elected boards. We all talked about how we wanted Burrillville to look, and we all talked about how that fit into the comprehensive plan, and the difference between a comprehensive plan and zoning, and how the aquifer overlay fit into all of that. And don't make that charrette into a charade. Do what you're supposed to do. Carry that comprehensive plan as if it were the Bible. Because that plan was put together, constantly reviewed and changed as we went along, so that we could put things where they belong. Ladies and gentlemen, a power plant does not belong in the middle of a national park. We're not talking about where a place that sells hot dogs and rents go-karts should be located. We're not talking about a place that distributes cashmere. We're not talking about a place that makes cured meats. What we're talking about is where things fit into Burrillville. And anybody with a lick of common sense can tell you that a power plant does not belong on the shores of Wallum Lake. Now what we get from Invenergy is what we got tonight. A waste of 20 minutes. 20 minutes that we'll never get back. That was nonsense. That was a waste of time. The gentle lady from Invenergy put that on so that she could stop a few members from speaking from the public. We all know that. This dog ate my homework information. This pseudo-science. This carbon filter fantasy. We've had it with that. We're counting on you. We're counting on you as our representatives to get that comprehensive plan and find out what the comprehensive plan says about this and make an opinion that way. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple. As Bill Belichick says, we're asking you to do your job.